Let's do a yarn crawl yarn haul. This year I was able to make it to the North Texas Yarn Crawl 2023 and fortunate enough to make it to 12 of the 13 participating yarn shops this year. Each yarn shop that I went into, I got to speak with the yarn shop owner. I asked each one of them if they had a yarn in their shop that was special to them, that made them feel really excited to have in their shop, or that had a really fun story behind it. So each one of these yarns that I'm going to be showing you, I'm going to be explaining where I got it from, what the yarn is, and the story behind it that the shop owner gave to me. So this is gonna be a lot of fun, and stick around to the very end of the video where I'm going to be announcing a little Taste of Texas yarn giveaway. The first shop that I went to was Fiber Lady in Lewisville, Texas. The yarn that I got was called Oh Happy Day, that's the name of the yarn. Bouncy Boo. It's shiny and squishy. The yarn shop owner explained it as being a very squishy, plushy sock type yarn. It is 87% bamboo rayon, 13% Sorona. It's a sports weight size 2/8 yarn. There's approximately 380 yards of yarn, 3.8 ounces or 110 grams of yarn per hank right here. The story behind the hank. He makes this yarn in shop. So that's why it's super special to him. One of the reasons. The other is that it does have a very squishy, plushy feel to it. And he says it makes the best socks he's ever worn. Shop number 2 is in Grapevine, Texas, Off the Lamb. This yarn that I got is Hank Me Home Tonight. I just loved the name of it. I thought it was super fun. This is a squishy sock yarn, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, approximately 400 yards per hank, 100 grams. The color is Good Vibes, and it does identify it as a size 1 weight yarn. What makes this yarn so special? I actually got a chance to interview the yarn dyer for this particular yarn, and I asked her outright, what is your favorite color that you have on this wall of all of your yarns that you have dyed? And she picked this one out and said this was her favorite. So I was like, well, if it's your favorite, I've got to take it home. Hank Me Home Tonight. Shop number 3 was McKinney Knittery in McKinney, Texas. These 3 yarns were right next to the register, and this was a brilliant strategy by the cashier because I was like, yes, please, all 3 of those. They look stunning, and I want to make something with all 3 of them. Now, this yarn right here is called, or it's from Magpie. It is a sock yarn, 80% merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon. There's approximately 400 yards per hank, 115 grams. This is the color Harpoon. This is the color Hell's Bells. And this is the color Drops of Jupiter. All a size 1 weight yarn and all absolutely stunning. This was one of the yarn shop owner's absolutely favorite yarns that she just raved about. So I was like, oh my gosh, when I saw these 3 colors, plus the connection that it's one of the shop owner's favorite yarns, it's like, yes, yes, please, all 3 of them. Shop number 4 was called Yarn and You in Farmersville, Texas. This yarn is Desert Vista Dye Works. It is a sock weight yarn, 75% superwash merino wool, 20% nylon, approximately 462 yards of yarn. Colorway is War of Worlds. The yarn dyer for this yarn apparently loves movie trivia, novelty, kind of like connecting to some sort of media. And so that's what makes her work extra fun. What makes this yarn so special to the yarn shop owner is that it is part of a yarn box, subscription box program, and the yarn dyer who does the subscription box does not sell in stores. But because this store owner had subscribed to this particular sock yarn subscription box for such a long time and had been pestering, bugging, nudging this yarn dyer for quite a while, she finally caved and allowed this yarn shop owner to have a couple select colors to sell in her shop, and this is one of them. Another reason why this is such a special yarn is because Racine, one of my crochet club members, met up with me at Yarn and You, and she helped me pick out this color. So thank you so much, Racine, for picking such a gorgeous color with me and this special yarn. Yarn shop number 5 was Fiber Circle. This yarn that I got from Fiber Circle is from Louisiana Yarn Guys. Color Copper. It's a gorgeous color. It's as 100% superwash merino. This yarn has approximately 931 yards of yarn or 100 grams, and it is definitely a size 1 yarn. Why is this yarn so special to this yarn shop owner? It's because she is one of the exclusive sellers of this yarn, and that made her feel extra special to have it in her shop. And I just fell in love with this particular copper color, so that's the why I selected that one. Shop number 6 was the Cotton Mill. Now this particular experience, I got more than I bargained for because there was such rich history in the town of Bonham, Texas. The yarn here, it's called Leroux cotton. It's a 100% organic DK cotton yarn, so it's a size 3 weight yarn. There is approximately 246 yards of yarn, or 100 grams. The color is called Revolt, and it is 100% organic cotton. The story behind Bonham, Texas and the cotton mill is that apparently Bonham, Texas is known for having one of the largest, if not the largest, cotton mill factories this side of the Mississippi, and the shop owner, Laura herself, has family roots in the town of Bonham and with the particular cotton mill. So her favorite yarns to sell are all 100% plant-based or 100% cotton, based on the town history, her family history. And I thought that was so incredibly special. This is, again, 100% cotton, organic cotton yarn. The color I thought was amazing, this bold electric purple. And I really thought of a lot of you when I was making this selection, because I know how many of you, my subscribers, my followers, are obsessed with the color purple. So I had you in mind when I picked this one out. Yarn shop number 7 was Knit Dallas. The yarn I got from Knit Dallas was called Twirl Dido Peanut Blueberry Pie in the Sky. This yarn is definitely a size 1 weight yarn. It says it's 2-ply because you see 2 plies that are twisted together, but when I compare it, it is a size 1 weight yarn. There's approximately 50 grams or 125 yards of yarn in this skein. Why it was so special to the yarn shop owner. So this yarn is created by one person who raises her own animals, shears her own animals, makes the yarn from her own animals, and then names the yarn after her animals. I just died when I heard the story about how this woman is a one-woman show where she does everything from raising the animals, and it does say here that the animals are... all animals are raised with loving care and are free. Yarn shop number 8 was in Bedford, Texas. This was Lone Star Yarns, but I couldn't find the shop, and I knew that I needed to go straight to Fort Worth right after. So I will probably be revisiting this shop another day, and I might vlog it or put it in my Instagram stories or possibly my YouTube stories. The next 2 yarn shops were in Fort Worth, Texas. The first yarn shop that I visited, shop number 9, was Juju Knits. And the yarn that I got from Juju Knits, both of these are Madeline Tosh. It's a hand-dyed yarn. Both are 100% superwash merino wool. This one right here is a number 1 super fine yarn. There is 420 yards of yarn, 384 meters of yarn in this one hank. What got me about these yarns is that they really had that Texas vibe, that strong Texas vibe. For example, the color of this yarn is called Whiskey Barrel. And I was like, yes, yes, please. The yarn is this gorgeous deep wood brown color mixed with this black, almost gunmetal color that's mixed in there. And it's just so masculine and gorgeous, and I'm like, I feel vibes off of this yarn, which makes it extra special to me. And then this yarn right here, also Madeline Tosh. And this yarn is a size 3 weight yarn though, DK, a little bit thicker, wanted to have something that people might be a little more familiar working with. It's called Chisholm Trail. There are 225 yards or 205 meters, 100% merino or superwash merino wool. Now, the reason this yarn was super special to the yarn shop owner is it's one of those yarns that is, again, exclusive to this yarn shop owner. And I kind of got that as a theme. A lot of the yarn shop owner's favorite yarns were yarns that were exclusive to their shop. So that makes sense why it feels so special to have that yarn in their yarn shop. Shop number 10 was West 7th Wool. It was made in-house. This is a hand-dyed yarn, 85% extra fine merino, 15% nylon. There's approximately 437 yards of yarn or 100 grams of yarn per hank. The name of this yarn is Rodeo, and that sealed the deal for me. I was like, yes, I see the blues, the golden browns, I see the creams, and I'm just like, yes, I see these colors in Texas all the time. And I got the feels, I got the vibes. It's funny because the yarn that I got from these two yarn shops in Fort Worth, Texas, gave me the most Texasy vibes I found at any shop. Now, honestly, many of the other shops may have had yarn that could have also given me a Texasy vibe, but these just, they called out to me and I had to buy them. All right, so it's not very surprising why this yarn is special to the yarn shop owner. They made it themselves. They hand dyed this themselves. During the COVID pandemic, they were able to expand their shop, put in their own dye section. So that's why it's super special. The whole wall was super special to them, but it was the name Rodeo that got special to me, and so that's why I picked this one. Yarn shop number 11 was Cynthia's Corner. The yarn that I got there was Miranda's MIB Fibers Poetry of Colors. The name of this yarn is called Sonnet Cynthia's Grace. It's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, approximately 463 yards or 100 grams per skein. It's definitely a size 1 weight yarn. The reason this yarn is super special to the shop owner was 2 reasons. So the shop owner knows this yarn dyer personally. The yarn dyer is actually going to get their doctorate or pursue their work and is taking a break from dyeing their yarn. So Cynthia asked this yarn dyer, could I please buy all the yarn that you have left so I could have it exclusively in my shop? And second reason is this hand dyer had made special yarn colors for Cynthia, and multiple different yarn skeins, multiple different colors were named and specially dyed for Cynthia, the yarn shop owner. This one in particular, Cynthia's Grace. Cynthia is a grandmother. She has twin granddaughters. One of their names is Grace. And I thought this purple was brilliant for all of my purple lovers out there. So one of you lucky subscribers might get a little Cynthia's Grace. The last shop that I went to, shop number 12 on this yarn crawl, was Quixotic Fibers. This yarn right here is a kit. There are 5 different colors in this kit. The idea is to make a Halloween gnome. The colors are, he does wear orange, jar brown, zombie green, Lars Brew purple, and a charcoal, almost like gunmetal gray color. This yarn is 100% organic merino. There's approximately 1 ounce or 105 yards of yarn per color here. So the story behind this particular kit, this Halloween gnome kit, they got a little story attached to it. I gotta read the story so I don't say something wrong. One day in the early fall of 2021, Carla made a dye pot of bright purple to put in our Halloween gnome kit. She envisioned a witchy gnome using blackened charcoal and bright green, purple, and orange. At the end of the day, she turned off the stove, but left the full dye pot on the stove to cool down gradually. The next morning when Carla came in, there was a frog sitting on the yarn right in the middle of the dye pot. A real live frog that wandered to Main Street in Whitesboro, Texas, and found a purple dye pot to sit in. The purple that came out of the dye pot was rather odd, they said. Carla could not get it to rinse clear, even after she tried to get the dye to set after a bath of hot water and citric acid. No matter what she did, the yarn still turned the water purple. The purple yarn in this kit, so this purple right here, is from the original brew that Frog Lars was sitting in. And they do mention here that if you plan on making a garment or anything with this particular yarn other than a gnome, be aware that this yarn does bleed. Those are the stories that I heard from each one of these yarn shop owners and why each of these yarns on my table are so incredibly special. To enter into my giveaway, A Little Taste of Texas, please comment in the comment section below this video which yarn was your favorite or which story was your favorite. Also, like this video and share it with a friend, anyone that you think might enjoy A Little Taste of Texas. And then this Saturday, May 6th, I will go live on my YouTube channel at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, Texas time, to announce the winner or potentially winners of my Taste of Texas giveaway. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my yarn crawl, yarn haul. Enter into the giveaway. Good luck, everybody, and I will see you very soon. Bye.